There are a number of forms in which the Bible is made available to us today. In this lesson, we want to discuss what type of Bible we should use for study. In selecting a Bible, you can purchase the entire Bible or one of the Testaments, either Old or New Testament, sold separately. Often you will find the New Testament sold this way. If you find the Old Testament or Tanakh sold separately, it is most likely from a Jewish publishing house. Christians accept both groups of writings, which they call the Old and New Testaments, as the complete Bible. We suggest that you purchase the Bible consisting of both Testaments. The reason for our recommendation is that in order to understand the New Testament, you will need to reference passages in the Old Testament. The Old Testament provides the foundational concepts for the New Testament, and we'll discuss the relationship between these two testaments and the various books that make up the Bible in another lesson. Another choice you have today in selecting a Bible is whether you should purchase what is called a study Bible. A study Bible is a Bible with references, explanatory notes, and commentary attached to each book, chapter, and verse, along with additional study aids such as maps and charts. Study Bibles became available around the turn of the 20th century. Since then, there have been a variety of study Bibles produced. These aids can be very helpful. However, it must be kept in mind that a study Bible is essentially a Bible plus a commentary attached to it. It is similar to Cliff's Notes, for example, attached to a work, say, of Shakespeare. Our suggestion for beginning your study of the Bible is to keep the commentaries separate from the biblical text. Commentaries, along with other kinds of tools, are very helpful and are necessary at times in understanding the meaning of a given passage. But they can also precondition or prejudice our interpretation of a passage. This is not to say that our reading and understanding of the text is somehow pure and untainted. Rather, it is to emphasize that with a good translation, we will be able to gain a basic understanding of our primary text. Therefore, we suggest using a Bible with limited helps as your main Bible for personal study. A Bible with maps and some cross-references in the columns is fine. We'll talk about more of these useful tools in a future lesson. For these reasons, we recommend, again, the New American Standard Bible, 1995 edition, particularly the edition from the Lockman Foundation. We prefer the version with the outside columns and the wide margins. The references provided are generally accurate, and the wide margins will allow you plenty of space to write your own notes and cross-references. In our next lesson, we'll discuss using electronic versions of the Bible.